Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom to the elect. Alright, it's Ratazai with a quick video, alright, through the Spirit, Lord willing to be edifying. And this is going to be a response video that Apostle Tahar had recommended brothers could brothers could do a response video too. All right, the video I have up is from a YouTuber named Naya Hope. It's called "Shocking African Ancestry DNA Results. I'm Upset." Okay, and pretty much, yeah, our people are basically still lost. They don't know who they truly are. They still think that they're African Americans, or that their line or their history just goes back to Africa, and that's pretty much it. It doesn't extend further than that. And they don't have a real sense of direction as far as the truth is concerned. All right, but we know soon the prophecy that there's going to be a particular remnant that's going to be awakened, and hell, this young lady might be one that might wake up eventually. I mean, I don't know, but still, by and large, our people are still in that bubble of ignorance, of just not knowing, and still depending on Esau, all right, which is the so-called white man according to the Bible, still leaning on and still relying on his methods of finding out who you are, right? Because these different DNA tests and these different family tree websites and tracking your ancestry through that stuff, it's better off just saving your money, man. Not even dealing with that. And we know according to the scriptures, it's that you're supposed to search out your history, search out your lineage based upon your father's house, all right, or your father's family. Because I believe when you watch this video, she states that she used her mother's DNA or her mother's family line or something like that, which that already is not correct according to the scriptures, all right? And I'm going to just read a couple scriptures. I'm not trying to make this too long, all right? I actually already had it up. This is Job 8 and verse 8, okay? It says, "For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers." All right, so yeah, we have to prepare ourselves for the search of our fathers, because by that's how we learn and understand who we are as a people, all right, or as an individual, all right. Like what Naya did in that video, she's pretty much sort out her mother's lineage, so to speak, which that's not how you judge who you are as a race. It goes back to the father, because the man carries a seed. All right, and I believe when you look up the word genealogy, it means line of the fathers. All right, so that's what a real genealogy is. All right, when you read Matthew's the first chapter, you read about the birth of our Lord, who the world falsely calls Jesus Christ, whose name is Yahushua. You read his genealogy in Matthew's 1. All right, you don't see any women or any women or females. All right, you see is men. All right, this man begat that man, and so forth and so on, man. All right, that's how you trace back your lineage. Now, because in this time our records have been destroyed and certain things are hidden from us, it's only but so far that you can go back and trace back. So you got to depend on the Spirit, man. All right, it's through the Spirit of the Lord and through the prophecies we know that the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites. All right, not Africans, not not this, not that, but Hebrew Israelites, man, from the different tribes. This is just to read that real quick. This is Romans chapter 8 verse 16. It says, "The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High." All right, yeah. So when you read the Bible, you read it you read the different prophecies and history, and you basically soak up the spirit of it, so to speak. I mean, who today in modern times, what people more so resonate with the spirit or the prophecies of the Bible, man. This is us, all right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? The so-called Jew in the land of Israel, they don't resonate with the Bible. Furthermore, they don't even deal with the Bible, you know? they deal with the Talmud, you know? They don't deal with the Torah. They don't deal with the Tanakh. They don't even believe in the New Testament, man. All right, so you know that they ain't the real people of the Most High. So when you read the scriptures, the Spirit bear witness with our spirit, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, is that what? We're the children of the Most High, man. All right, so that's how we know that we're the Israelites. And like I said, there's still a mass amount of people that still believe that we're Africans and we're Kemet and we're this and we're that, which, like I said, that was for a particular point in history where our people dwelled there in a mass number, all right, after 70 AD, when the Romans came into Jerusalem and pretty much they brought martial law to the land of Israel and Jerusalem, and we fled out of Jerusalem into the interiors of Africa, all right. So that's how we ended up in Ghana. Like I believe she said in the video that she's from Ghana or something like that. All right, we ended up in those lands in mass amounts and mass numbers because we was fleeing from the damn Romans, man. All right, and that's how we basically got into Africa. But that's not where our history started at. All right, we go back further than that, man. All right, to the land of Israel. All right, let me get that real quick. I think that's Galatians 4:26, if I'm not mistaken. All right, this is Galatians 4:26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. All right, so that's the real motherland. All right, the real motherland of Jerusalem, not Africa. Right, we always been bringing out for years that the so-called Negroes here in America and the Africans in Africa are two totally different nations of people. All right, it's like us and the goddamn you know, the so-called Chinese, the Moabites, just two totally different races of people, man. All right, so Africa is not the motherland, but it's Jerusalem, which is the motherland. Which, like I said, a lot of our people still don't know. You know, they're still in this bubble of Africa, and you know, it's all about being black. You know, that whole spirit of Africa and being black. I mean, that's not who we are, man. All right, we are the Hebrew Israelites, and the Most High separated us from these other nations, and especially Africa, man. All right, let's get that real quick. Quick scripture. It's Exodus 11 in verse 7. It says, "But against any of the children of Israel should not a dog move his tongue against a man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel." All right, and who were the Egyptians? They were Africans. They were Hamites. All right, and the Most High put a difference between us, man, between the Israelites and the Egyptians, even though they look similar. All right, the Hamites are dark. They have dark complexions. They have the woolly hair. Some of them don't got woolly hair. Some of them got that peasy hair, man. All right, which is un-Jake-like. All right, but by and large, it's a difference between us, man. That's why you don't never see the so-called Africans hanging with so-called black men or so-called Negro men. It's always a separation because the Lord put that difference there, man. And those Africans know it. All right, they know that we're different people, we're a different race. But like I said, our people who are lost. All right, let me go from there to Jeremiah 50. Our people who are lost, they're still caught in that web of lies and falsehoods, man, that was put out there by the so-called white man. All right, this is Jeremiah 50 and verse 6. It says, Jeremiah 50 and 6, "My people have been lost sheep. their shepherds have caused them to go astray. Right. So our people, which again is you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we're lost sheep. All right. Still, the majority of us are still lost, but there's a remnant that have waken up to who they really are. All right. But by and large, the majority of us are still lost, man. All right. And it says that shepherds have caused them to go astray. Right. Meaning our so-called leaders. All right. The people that lead us, the people that's supposed to be on a front line. You know, they've caused the nation as a whole to go astray. It says they have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. Yeah, and that's why our people, they don't resonate or they don't associate with Jerusalem and Israel. They associate with what? They associate with Africa. All right, Kemet and all that. You know, so that fits our people, man. They're lost sheep and they've gone astray and they've forgotten their resting place. All right, but according to prophecy, there's going to be a mass awakening of particular individuals that's going to wake up and snap out of that trance that the so-called white man has them in, and they're going to be awakened and turn back to the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, and his son Yahweh Shai, man. All right, it's only a matter of time. It's happening day after day. More people are waking up, and this truth is not going to be hid anymore, man. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much what I want to bring out in the video. I'm trying to remember what else she was saying. And that's another thing too, as far as being European. Our people go back to Europe too. All right, it's called the Byzantine Empire or the Dark Ages. All right, our people ruled and dominated Europe for a period of 1,000 years. So hey, our people go back to Europe too, but it still goes back further. All right, it all originated in the land of Israel, and that's our real so-called God-given name, so to speak. All right, it's Israel, Israelites. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to do a response as suggested by the apostle. All right, Lord willing, that was edifying. Giving them praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash, and Lord willing, to the next video. Shalom.